Tell me again how long ago this was and exactly what happened that you met Madeline Reese.
Hey, it's been 44 years ago. We had just moved into our new neighborhood in Virginia, and the family dog, a Siberian Husky by the name of the Admiral, ran away. And my husband and I were madly chasing him down the street. And as we were chasing in the front yard, there stood Madeline and Dick and their two little children. And they looked very bewildered as we ran by, but after we caught him, we stopped, met them, and the rest is history.
So that is basically the story of Madeline's life. She meets somebody once, they feel like they've known her forever, and then the next thing you know, they're like sleeping over for the next 2 weeks or something.
Right.
I mean, it's just this insane connection with people. So truly, at that time, there they are, busy with two kids, and I'm sure you had a busy family life as well. So it's hard to connect and make new friends at that stage of life. What was it that drew you to Madeline? What kind of a friend is she that immediately you become best friends?
The smile, just the ready laughter, fun, welcoming, warm. And we became very fast friends. And then we had a connection. I was at the time teaching a modeling program for Montgomery Ward, which was right up Madeline's alley. And she had had experience. So this was something that we did together.
I mean, I'm told that she's a gorgeous woman now. And I'm told she was just an absolute stunner.
Yes, she definitely was. Yes.
Is that something, so you had an eye for it, obviously, because that was your industry. What did you see about her that was unique, different than other young women you'd worked with?
Yeah, she was, she could relate to people very well. And we were managing a teen board at the time and putting on fashion shows and also teaching little girls about manners and behavior, and she could relate to all those ages, and she had a great sense. She has great style.
I've heard that a lot. And also that she was unusually poised for that age. Do you agree? What was your experience with that?
Yes, she definitely, was poised and knew how to handle any circumstance that came up. I've always found her to has a lot of inner strength and a lot of moral fiber. And she, will take a situation and she just figures out how to deal with it.
And so what were some of the most touching memories when you look back about her, your friendship? What do you look back on and think, that was really extraordinary?
Well, I look back on Madeline and I think of, again, that inner strength and what absolute strong advocate she is for people she loves and for causes that she believes in. And I saw what a strong advocate she was for her daughter. And that was, that was amazing. The battles she fought, the love and compassion.
Carl, let me ask you, I know you're a newbie in this whole group,
Yes.
but what are your observations of Madeline? And, what are your thoughts about maybe the way she's inspired you or affected you in some way?
Well, I'll tell you a story because I met Madeline and Dick years ago, almost long enough ago that I hardly even remember getting together. But they came through Sacramento in 2017 in the spring on the way to Napa to go to a conference, a business conference, and stayed in Sacramento a couple of days. So we got to spend some time with them, went to South Shore or North Shore Tahoe. And we got to talking about Hawaii. And they said, we haven't been to Hawaii in 35 years. And I said, well, that's one of our favorite places to go. We just happen to be going back in a couple of months and we've got an extra bedroom. Do you want to go with us? And they said, of course we do. So as fast as we were talking about it, Dick was on the phone making reservations. So we knew they were serious. So once we got to Hawaii, we realized that it was Dick's birthday, my birthday, and our anniversary all in the same week. So we celebrated that. And we had such a good time that we said, well, we need to do it again next year. So the following year, we went to Beaver Creek, Colorado, and spent a week together, starting with Dick's 75th birthday and our anniversary and my birthday. And we said, well, what are we going to do next year? That's going to be my 80th birthday. So I got to choose what we were doing. So I said, well, let's go to Chicago, spend a couple of days. We'll get on the train and take the train to Seattle, which is my hometown, and then spend some time in Seattle and have a good time. So we did that and spent a couple of days in Chicago. And at the train station, we were boarding the train and Madeline looks at me and says, you know, Dick and I have never slept on a train. And I thought, oh, Madeline, it is just something that you'll love. So 3 days and 2 nights on the rails, and we arrive in Seattle, get off the train, and Madeline looks at me and she said, you know, Carl, Dick and I still have never slept on a train.
That is hilarious. They are naughty in such a great way. But you know, they just have such, and Madeline has such a sense of adventure and kind of fearlessness in moving forward with things, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I had no idea of the discomfort of not sleeping for 2 days because she was so classy. She didn't mention it, but I was crushed when we got off and found out.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So what kind of traveler is Madeline? You know, I mean, that's as a married couple, I think being able to travel together stress-free is a real sign that this is a good thing. And I think with friends as well, because you're dealing with other people who want to do other things, you know, what kind of a traveler is she?
Well, I think Madeline is adventurous and always looking for new things to do. And she likes to eat in the nicest restaurants. And so she's got a good sense of taste and value. So I don't know, you might want to add.
Oh, and I think she's easy, you know, anything goes. So, you know, they're just easy to be with, both of them.
But it's really hard to find that. I think the thing that's unique about Madeline is it's really hard to find that combination of somebody who is a go-getter, a get it done yesterday, but then also flexible. I mean, is that the observation that you have seen as a friend?
Yes, and talking about getting things done, any place we've gone, she's had reservations set up weeks in advance. So, you know, we don't have to worry about that. She takes that on.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure, looking back at it, how much she was looking forward to getting on that train, but she says, okay, yeah, let's do it. And that was, you know, a positive for me. I thought, okay, everybody's on board.
Yeah, she's game for anything, that's for sure. So Patti, let me take you back a little bit to watching or being around Madeline when she was, you know, raising her children and dealing with balancing Matt with the challenges of Alexis and just her complete commitment to that. What did you see from her in the way she raised Alexis and also kept Matt in the mix as well?
Well, I am, in awe of how she did that and how close Matt and Alexis were, how much he loved her and, and to keep the normalcy. And I know she had very hard decisions to make, and they were not necessarily the easiest for the family, but they were the best for Alexis. Giving her an opportunity to go to a school that would encourage her and where they had the ability to bring Alexis to, her very best potential, so that Alexis could have as much independence as she could have. And I saw that. I just saw it in so many ways. And, it was the research too. It was taking this on and, it was never the easy road, but it was the road that was best for Alexis. We lost you. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So when you look back and even today, what are the lessons or a lesson that you have learned from your friendship with Madeline or just watching her navigate through life?
Well, I think, it is the strength, and she always has the can-do attitude. And I think, I've heard her say many times, her father was very instrumental in that, it's, just you take this on, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you do what you need to do. And that's who she's been. And she has always been true to herself.
And even from a young age, I've heard that she really understood who she was and what she needed to be doing.
Yes, definitely.
And Carl, what about you? When you look at Madeline, what are some of the most inspiring things about her? And on this big day of her celebration, what are your hopes for her?
Oh my goodness. Well, we all hope for good health and a long life, and a good bond with our life partners. And I think that she has that. She and Dick have been through a lot of things. The Navy isn't easy. So she was standing by Dick in some of the times that were more stressful, and then also enjoyed the times that they had that were very positive. I'm not sure that I've got good thoughts on that I can share with you.
You've given many, many, many. So, super comments on her. Patti, what about you and your hopes for her at this point in her life and what she deserves and what she's earned?
Yeah, and she has, because so many of the challenges that they faced, Madeline faced, certainly physically alone because Dick was gone. Obviously, he was always supportive and there with her emotionally, but physically, she had a lot of the challenges to face on her own. And I just wish her much aloha. They love Hawaii. And I just, hope that they have many, many years to enjoy that. Also, their life in Virginia, and, being able to enjoy Matthew as an adult. And I love the bond they have with him. And so these are the things that I wish for her. And I wish her, I wish for us many years together in friendship with them. And sort of a parting thought too. One memory I have of her is of Halloween dressed as Wonder Woman. And so I always think of Madeline as Wonder Woman. So.
Oh my Lord. Do you have any pictures of that?
I don't think so.
All right. I'm going to scour the earth for that, because that would be tremendous. I just have one more question. Dick, when I interviewed him, hilarious. He said, there's no logical reason we should still be married because of all the challenges and so forth. What part did Madeline play in keeping her family together over the years?
Well, I think just her sheer strength and, navigating, stepping up to the plate when Dick was gone to handle, parenting, to handle, a special needs child, to handle the moves that, are part of Navy life. And I think that, there was, she accepted that responsibility and she accepted it well. And there were times she probably could have whined and, been feeling sorry for herself, but nope, she had the job to do and she did it.
Tremendous. Can you guys think of anything else before I stop recording? You guys covered a lot. You said some great things.
No, I know, and I don't know Madeline as well as Patti does, and Dick, but a Navy wife has a husband that's at sea a lot. So she's alone and she's in charge. And so I'm sure that Madeline took that seriously and did a beautiful job. And that's why they're together.